All right, Tiger Town, here we go. Eastern Final tomorrow. I've been looking forward to this all week. I'm nervous. I feel like I'm playing in the game, even though I'm not. I this is a game that really they could lose. You know what I mean? I mean they could lose any game, but there's been Eastern Finals in the past where it's like you kind of knew that we were going to win. This one I don't feel like that about it. Like if Montreal doesn't terrify you, then there's something wrong with you because they're hot. They got hot at the right time, and they made I don't want to say easy work because they allowed Winnipeg to get back in that game in the second half, but they handled Winnipeg. So I just want to talk about just really brief observations, notes that I had in my brain here about how we can attack this team, this Montreal team to beat them. So I'm going to talk about Montreal first, and some of the things I saw on their offense was they didn't. I mean, they didn't play 60 minutes. I mean, they got out to a big lead and then they kind of coasted. So we need to exploit that, but we need to get rid of the explosiveness. It's not them not playing 60 minutes isn't. I mean, it's a problem for them, but for us the problem is going to be how do you contain that early explosiveness? Like Winnipeg wasn't able to do it. So for me, it's like you got to take away something. You got to take away part of their game. So for me, it's the run game. So they have a good running game. You have to take that away. We have to contain Alexander, and we have to really focus on making those backs only getting 2 or 3 yards tops on first down when they run the ball. You got to eliminate them catching passes in the flat. You really have to get the linebackers to be paying attention to that kind of thing. If we can take away that part of their game, then I think our secondary is good enough to make easy work of the extra passes that they're going to try to do to overcome the lack of running game. Right? They're going to get desperate and they're going to want easy completions and they're going to want to get yards another way. So how are they going to do that? They're going to look to their passing game. So that's where I would attack. To attack, I mean, take away because Alexander, their quarterback, to me, and again, this is my own personal opinion about the person. Like he's a great quarterback. He has great skills. He's a good runner, and he's an accurate passer. However, he's arrogant and immature, and I think the more that the Tiger Cats are able to frustrate him, the more stupid mistakes he's going to make because he is an absolute. I don't find him to be very professional. The way he goes around the field and when he was shining on the opposite benches and stuff whenever they would score a touchdown or whatever, he's like a high school player. That to me his maturity level is not much more than a high school football player, and I hope he gets flagged for being an idiot, taunting and that sort of thing. And I hope that the Tiger Cat defense is able to frustrate him to the point where he just makes really stupid mistakes, because he's that guy and he's overconfident, right? I mean, rightly so, I guess. I mean, the guy hasn't lost a game, and he won his first playoff game last week. But I would love to see the Hamilton stop that streak because I just think he's an arrogant idiot. So it would do my heart a lot of good. So that's the key for slowing down and eliminating their explosiveness on offense. So their defense. I almost said Winnipeg again. Montreal has a good defense, but they have not played as well this year as they have in the past. I mean, in the slump where they had a lot of injuries, right? The defense really could have come through for them, and they just didn't. When they got healthy again, great. They're doing well, but I haven't heard Dequoi's name a lot. And to me, he's the Alexander version on defense. He's arrogant. He's overconfident. He's got a lot of skill. I mean, don't get me wrong. This guy can single-handedly change the scope of a game, just like he did to Toronto a few years ago. Remember when everyone thought Toronto had an easy walk to the Grey Cup and Montreal stunned them at home? Well, this is the kind of guy that can do that to Hamilton. But you got to frustrate him. You got to run plays where he ain't. Find the spot on the field where he's not, and then he's so. I mean, how do you say it? He's so jacked up and loves playing the game so much that he's just going to want to be part of some of these plays, and you can easily pull him out of position. So you have to run plays where he isn't, so that he'll open up areas that he shouldn't. You know what I mean? And if the coaches and if Bo picks up on that and he starts cheating to be part of the plays and to get some highlight reel stuff, then they're going to burn him. So that would be my my way to take their defense out. Yeah, obviously, I mean, you talk about football, like really the most important thing is to score more points than the other team, right? But I just think that they have a lot of great players, but sometimes, on occasion anyway, you catch them not being team players and wanting to get highlight reel tackles or interceptions or whatever. So they need to exploit that overconfidence that they have right now. So just general things, right? Like I'm not talking about X's and O's here. I'm just talking about the psychology of the game. And then for the Tiger Cats, um, I think that the biggest key is to give. Like let's talk about offense. You know, I have not been happy with our offense over the last little while. They've been. I don't haven't been happy with the play calling, and I haven't been happy with just a general execution. For example, high snaps when you're in shotgun. Like this is like, you kidding me? You might see that in preseason, but I've seen it a couple of times. We've all seen it a couple of times in the last couple of games, in a couple against Ottawa. Like, what are you doing? Like that's got to. I mean, that it can't happen. But on offense, Hamilton has to uh, again take what's being given, right, and frustrate that defense. Just frustrate them because they need high percentage. They need, because everyone's going to be jittery when they start the game. They need high percentage stuff. So, and they have to be two-dimensional, three-dimensional even. Let's throw in some trick plays. This is the playoffs, man. I saw the Tiger Cats run a couple of great. I think it was earlier. Was it earlier this season or even last season? I don't even remember. But it was a play. It was like a flea flicker type play, but the ball got passed to Bo because no one's going to cover him because he's slow, right? He just wandered off into the end zone on a 2-point convert. And I think it was last year, actually, yeah, because I remember Suter was calling the game, and he said, "Oh, it's a great play, but they wasted it on a convert." But anyways, that's a play where you need to run that tomorrow. You need to be innovative, inventive, go deep in that playbook because, you know, on first down, running 2 and 3 yards isn't going to be good enough. You got, and also on the other side of that story, they need to abandon the long bombs on first down, especially at the beginning of the game. These low percentage passes don't give your offense any confidence. So, you throw a 65-yard bomb to Lawler or to White or to anyone, O'Leary, Orange, whoever, and they drop them. Well, that's pass, punt. You can't start a playoff game like that. You got to get drives going. So, so high percentage passes. Get the ball moving. Keep the clock running. Keep their offense off the field. We know that Montreal's offense, if they get going, they can really put some points up in a hurry. Keep them off the field. Frustrate them. Make them pace on the sideline so that they're just, when they come out there, they're too amped up and they start making dumb mistakes. And then let's talk about quickly Hamilton's defense. And again, I've already touched on a lot of stuff that I think they need to do, but they need to. Or wait a minute, I'm getting lost in my own video here. It was who have I talked about? Yeah, so Hamilton's defense. Sorry, yeah, my brain not working. Hamilton's defense again. We just need to, like I said, make their offense one-dimensional. So attack part of their game until it doesn't work anymore, and they're forced to use the other part. And like I said before, they have to attack that running game, and they got to keep Alexander stationary as much as possible, unless you want to try to flush him, because he does make errors, inexperienced errors, throwing outside the pocket. But that's a big gamble. I wouldn't want to do that. I would much rather see Osai or someone get in there and put him on his butt than gamble on him throwing a ball outside the pocket or taking off, because he can take off too. If you don't have someone there to get him, he's going to run for 30 yards. So just, attack part of their game until it just doesn't work anymore, and force them to be one-dimensional. Because, and I'm saying attack the run game because Hamilton's secondary will, they'll have a great day. Oops, sorry about that. I'm flipping the ball around, hit my mic. They'll have a good day against these receivers if they're forced to pass all the time. So and then the special teams for the Tiger Cats. I mean, this actually goes for both of them. These are key to win for both. But Hamilton's special teams has to play flawless. No stupid penalties. No yards. No muffed punts. Leggio's going to have a good game. It may very well come down to a game-winning field goal. He has to play well. He's been playing well, but it's just, this is not the game to start pooping the bed. You got to play well in the playoffs. And we need good field position. We need good field position. No illegal blocks. I'd much rather get a 15-yard run and have it stand than get a 50-yard run and have it come all the way back, because it's just demoralizing for the team. If you can only get 15 yards, get 15 yards, but don't take a stupid penalty. Another person I want to see that we haven't called his name very often in the last little bit, and is a big part of them being where they are, is Tarnowski. Tarnowski's got to get in there. He has to make some great special teams plays. All the receivers are healthy, so I don't think you're going to see him lining up. But again, this is the playoffs. Montreal won't have a long scouting report on Tarnowski as a receiver. So you got to work him in. I'm telling you right now. People like that haven't got to touch the ball, it's always in the playoffs. Your second, third, fourth receiver, those are the guys who win the games, because your first and second stringers are going to get double and triple teamed to make them ineffective. So Tarnowski could be a hero. O'Leary Orange could be a hero. All these people that haven't got to touch the ball, Keandre, another one that have been touching the ball a little bit more because people are focusing so much on our superstars. But anyways, those are my keys. The playoffs are always psychological. Both teams have the ability to win the game, but can they avoid getting in their own way? And in my opinion of this game is Hamilton has a much better chance of not getting in their own way. So I do think Hamilton wins. I'll even do a score. Hamilton wins this one 35-31. I think that's your final score. 35-31. That's a typical CFL crazy score. But I think that the Tiger Cats are going to be slow at first, and I think they're going to put them away in the fourth quarter. I think that's where you're going to see. They may even be losing in the fourth quarter. But I think you're going to see an offensive explosion, at least a couple of touchdowns and maybe a Legio field goal, and they won't look back. So anyways, 35-31. Tiger Cats going to the Grey Cup. We hope. Let's knock on wood. I don't want to jinx anything, but again, this is not an easy game, and I'm really looking forward to it. So tune in tomorrow. Listen to this podcast. Throw anything in the comments if you have any ideas and things you think that you may see happen tomorrow, and we'll see you all at the game tomorrow. Ready?